Welcome to the In Other News podcast at dailynewscollective.com. The po man's Drudge Report, anti-propaganda machine, and everyday media sponge, providing breaking news from actual sources, actual research, and actual statistics the establishment narrative doesn't want the average citizen to devour. The second anniversary of January 6th and the litmus test by the emerging totalitarian corporotocracy has proven that the propaganda and suppression is at the very least treading water. There's been no pushback as to the missing 14,000 hours of surveillance footage the January 6th committee refuses to reveal to the public. Initial footage already shows antifa groups being the first to enter the Capitol, as well as people inside communicating with whoever had locked the doors to now open them. The names Ray Epps, Megan Paradise, Luke Phillips, John Sullivan, and others, all of which who could paint a completely different picture that leads up to Nancy Pelosi's bizarre insistence that no National Guard be present according to Donald Trump's request. Those people could answer a lot of questions. The patriots, who saw the Capitol as their representative public space, because it is, and not as an exclusive country club, are still languishing in jail, some of them beaten repeatedly, while their Sixth Amendment right is ignored as if they were incarcerated in Guantanamo Bay. The overall demonization of these people by backstabbing politicians and the media, including everyone's beloved Fox News, most of it anyway, the founders wouldn't have been appalled by the events of January 6th, as everyone wants you to believe. They encouraged these events. It is our duty as Americans to get to the bottom of a broken election system, a rigged election system, if we see fit to ask those questions. Those questions can be asked, and when they're not answered, they leave us no choice. And when no one will listen, and people have been pushed and pushed and pushed, what do you expect? The Declaration of Independence, that old ragged document the establishment flinches at, instructs the American people to get some answers. That's no opinion. It's simply an uncomfortable fact the petty tyrants with temporary power despise. The continuing lies about police officers that died on that day when none did. The disregard of Ashley Babbitt and the arrest of her mother yesterday as she honored her daughter. The overall intent by the establishment to politicize and propagandize the event as a warning to all Americans, and the neglect of the telling of the whole story, the real story, the rioting, the murders, the torching of small family businesses, the attacks on police officers of all levels, and the White House itself was attacked by an army of leftist Marxists whipped into a frenzy for over a year after George Floyd was used as a catalyst by the establishment to seed revolution in Trump's America. January 6th is a sad day now. It honors total hypocrisy. We should reclaim this day in honor of Ashley Babbitt. We should all go down and march peacefully next year where Ashley's mother was arrested. The problem is, will yet another trap be hiding in the bushes on the lawn of one of the many marbled bureaucracies in the District of Criminals? Will the FBI infiltrate that protest as well? The right to protest with no restrictions clearly belongs to one class of people in America, and it ain't most of us. Those of us that love this country, those of us that follow the laws that were established and afforded us as our birthright, those of us that understand these laws and have actually read them, we are the enemy because the establishment, without a shred of doubt, are precisely the people the founders warned us about. And they know it, and we know it. As George Washington said, Government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It is force. And force, like fire, is a dangerous servant and a fearful master.